here we are again. Hello everyone. Can you see this or not? No, you can't. Actually, let's try to make it this way. No, it doesn't work. Let's see. Right there. Right there. That's the better. Okay, that's the most better position I can show my table. Tablet. Tablet. We need to review some stuff related to reactjs because yesterday I struggled a bit trying to code, trying to get things working. I know about the use state, how to export components, the best practices. I need to learn more about the how to manage and pass properties, component properties that are going to be used for rendering, for validation, conditionals, and things like that. Yeah, I need to check something here. So documentation we have how to work with the UI. Let's take some notes here and see what we can get from here. Let's see. What about now? Cool. Cool. What about now? No, that doesn't work. No, that's great. Yes. So I need to check whether I'm missing something or not. So let's go over this documentation, which seems to be simple, but let's give it a try. Describing the UI. So what are the other options? Interactivity, state, escape hatches. Okay. The UI. What about this? It is about the small things, small units, that's right, like buttons, text, images, and React lets you combine them into reusable, nestable components. So here you will learn how to create, customize, and conditionally display these components. First, your initial component. Okay, fair enough, clear. Then you import your component into another one. Yes, makes sense, pretty clear. Writing markup with JSX. This doesn't work. Yeah, this doesn't work because we have multiple markups. There has to be a root or main tag, not multiple ones. You can convert. Okay, curly braces for what? So you basically use curly braces in order to render variables or properties. So we define a map where we define the properties. We have a map that's been passed to the component, which is a function. The function can access to each of the properties of that given map object, and it renders. So fair enough. Passing props to a component. Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah, the component can have input parameters. And there we have the children. I mean, whatever is going to be that inside the component block. We got conditional rendering. We put the name here. We ask if we have a boolean. Print this if this is true. Spec. Spec true, spec true, spec false. So we have different examples. And we render lists. So I think I already saw this one, but I need to go over to understand because I had issues yesterday. So we have the root component, which can render component A, and that it can render component B. The leaf components, top level components. Root module imports module A, module B, module C. Module C can import module D, like a tree. Okay, got it. That's new. Your first component. I think I already saw this one. Importing and exporting components. Keeping the components pure. Fix a broken clock. So this is a challenge. A challenge. Let hours, if hours between 1 to 5 or 0 to 6 say it's night or else say it's day. Runtime error. Cannot set properties of null. 6.4. Cannot set properties of null. They weren't able to have access to the document to the div time because it didn't exist. It doesn't exist yet. Show solution. To the class name. There is no class. So you're adding here the class name. And then you will have to show something. Interesting. Broken profile. We got the profile component where we have a panel, header, and avatar. Header is just a name, avatar is just an image. The app, what's doing the app? The app is importing the profile. It's creating the root component, which is called app. It's building a couple of profiles with image ID and names. So what's the problem? Two profile components are rendered side by side by different with different data. Press collapse on the first profile and then expand it. You will notice that both profiles now show the same person. This is a bug. Collapse, expand. Oh yeah, that's right. So there's a problem with the collapse button. Where is the collapse button? So that's gonna be, so I have no more. That's everything I have. I don't get this. So we have the profile, we got the photo. So where is the collapse thing? Solution. Profile is using a pre-existing variable called current person. Header and avatar are reading from it. Let's see. Current person. So there is just one single current person. It's global. And profile will use it. I mean, the header and avatar are gonna use this one. And we should actually have different ones. So solution. So instead, remove the global variable and pass all the information from profile to header and avatar via properties. Yes, that's right. We have to specify, we have to tell the subcomponents the information we want to pass from one of the top components. Mhm. So when creating the profile, we are specifying the person, the object. The problem here and this one is that we are using a global variable. And we are overriding that global variable with a property that has been passed as as input. So now what we're doing here is, what we are doing now is to don't use the global variable, just send the object as it is to to each component. Nice. Next challenge, fix a broken story tray. Okay, we have something here. Add stories to the online clock app and you can't say no. You've written a story tray component that accepts stories followed by a create story placeholder. You implemented the create story placeholder by pushing one more fake story at the end of the stories array that you receive as a prop. But for some reason, create story appears more than once. Fix the issue. Duplicated. Create story, create a story, create a story. Okay, we have the component story tray and a bunch of and a story. Uh, the input parameter is going to be stories array object. Stories that push, we add the create story thing. Now we have our the components is returning um, an ordered list. And it's gonna create a map where it's gonna have multiple list items, HTML list items. Stories.map. So why stories.map? Okay, stories.map. That map. Reiterate all of them. Story is gonna be, well, for each story we will print the LA HTML tag. Key is gonna be story ID, story level. Pretty straightforward. The thing is that why are we creating? We are adding one additional story, which says create story. Um, so we can add one more LA here and make that create story. One more additional list item, or we can add that additional create story out of this function. Let's see the solution. Notice how whenever the clock updates, create story is added twice. Okay, I didn't consider that and I forgot that. This serves as a hint that we have mutation during rendering. A strict mode calls component twice to make decisions more noticeable. Story tray function is not pure. By calling push on the received story array prop, it's mutating an object that was created before the story tray started rendering. This makes it buggy and very difficult to predict. Simple fix is not to touch the array at all and then they create stories separately. Yes, that's what I say. Just add one more item, one more list item separately at the end or outside the story tray thing. Alternatively, you could create a new array by copying the existing one before you can push an item to it. We copy the array, we push, we add. Oh, interesting. Yes. UI as a tree. Yeah. React's a component of, it's a tree component. Adding interactivity. So this is the on-click action that we can have. Alerts, responding to events. State, components memory, use state. We have the index and the set index. Use state 0. Show more, set show more. Use state false. As next, handle next click. Handle more click. Sculpture index. Button click, on click, handle next click. Next, we have the header level 2, the artist name, and the artist art. H3, we have the number, the index of what we are seeing. We have another on-click button, handle more, show more, hide, show details. Next, show details, hide details, show details, hide details. Okay, I'm seeing interesting examples that I can do by myself. 6. Okay, what if I change this? Yeah, it's working amazing. Render and commit. Okay. So I thought I was already a React expert developer ninja level right now, but it looks like there's a lot of things still to learn. And I'm into still describing the UI. Or not? Oh, no, no, I'm looking into interactivity. So what about the UI? What we can get from here? So from the UI we can say we have brackets for templates, bars. We say that props can be defined and passed to components. Conditional rendering. What else? Children content. What else are we missing? Component. Keep components pure. Pretty easy. Yeah, let's go. Let's make some labs.